Welcome back, Hopeful Tribe. I want to welcome you to a new series I'm calling Stories of Hope. In this first one, we hear the story of a grieving mom who runs her first marathon. If you enjoy it, please leave me some encouragement in the comments.
Hi, Hopeful Tribe.
I have to welcome to Hopeful Tribe my sweet adopted daughter, Audrey Candy Corn. Here she is, live and in person.
I made it.
What? And she wants to talk about her experience finishing the Oakland Marathon.
I do. I'm so excited.
That's so cool.
I don't even know really where to start because...
Well, wait. First, let's start with the outfit.
Okay.
Could you just stand up for a moment so people can see what you ran this marathon in? Because this is fabulous.
This is my number. Can you see the number?
1087,
okay.
yes. That's gorgeous. I love that.
In a ballroom frou-frou dress with my black leggings, which are actually Velcro, high top, non-traditional Nike running sneaker platform high heel shoes.
I love that.
So I ran in this outfit because queens run too. For EOB, which is the Elders of the Block.
Oh.
My brother Scribe and my other brother Poise, along with Chanel, and Tanika Blue. They're part of Elders of the Block. It's an organization that kind of operates as though how the chess pieces do on the board, and I believe it's 64 pieces. I don't know how to play chess, but there's pawns, and the pawns are children, and they're trying to grow the children up to be kings and queens. And there's like a whole thing they got going on that's really, really fun. And so they, along with myself, decided to run the 26.2 mile full marathon.
Ooh, I'm getting hot thinking about it.
Oakland runs, okay? They hadn't had the opportunity to do it since Corona, so this is the first official one.
Post-COVID marathon.
Yeah. And it was my very first marathon ever.
I know. I couldn't believe you were going to run a marathon. I was like, what?
I know. I was trying to train, but as quiet as it's kept, I did not train.
She didn't train. Not one day.
Because my trainer was... you!
Just across the lake?
Yeah, I know.
You could have come to join me.
I couldn't make it. I never was able to make it. Like,
it's hard.
It is. I think
hard.
Once you start, like just the first actual day, committing and getting through it and doing it, then I think it kind of snowballs and make it easier. So I didn't get the opportunity to train with you before the marathon, but I plan on running with you after the marathon. Because I want to do some more, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I learned that one way, well, let me start with my why. The reason why I decided that I wanted to do the marathon is because my son, Torian Desir Hughes, he transitioned 5 days before Christmas. And this was approximately 6-7 years ago, because I kind of lose track a little bit, you know. You don't want to like stay stuck because you realize how long the time is, you know. So sometimes I just don't trip off of the time. But I've learned that grief stays in your body, and the only way to truly get it out is through sweating, because it accumulates in your sweat glands. And I didn't know that, and a lot of people don't know that. That's why when you're looking at a good movie and something tragic happens and the person passes away or dies tragically, and then someone starts racing, running track, swimming, like doing something really athletic, it's because they've been told that the grief has accumulated under their arms, you know, in their sweat, wherever you sweat, but in your sweat glands, and it has to be secreted out. And so, as quiet as it's kept, ever since I was a little girl, I've always wanted to run a marathon, but I did not think I was capable.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And what, not only are you capable, but you did it with no training.
Yeah.
And you made it all the way through.
To the finish line.
That's amazing.
In non-traditional running shoes with a ballroom gown dress on. Come on, Oakland. That has never been done before. I have broken a record.
Yes.
Representing.
Yes, I believe it. I believe that was a record. I think that was a
record
first time.
tying, breaking, right? Yeah,
Amazing.
I'm super excited.
Oh my goodness.
But something I want to share with you though is while I was running, I found it to be a lot like life. Throughout the race, it was thousands of people out there. We all started at the same time. But before I knew it, I was all by myself with nobody around. How could I be out there on a race by myself when but thousands of people around, right? Surely 2 or 3 had to trickle and be maybe in the front or in the back of me. But I found it to be a lot how life is when you start off with people and you're doing the same thing, whether it's a job or going to school or starting something. And the people end up, or even you may end up not being at the same place, or you may end up being at the same place but not getting there the same route. And before I knew it, I had closed my eyes and I just told myself it's my own race at my own pace. It's my own race at my own pace. And before I knew it, people were around me. I looked up and there were literally people around. And then one young lady told me, "How did you get in front of me?" I said, "I've been talking to God. I've been praying. That's my secret and you can do it too, boo." So it was 2 or 3 of them and they looked at each other and I was like, "It really works." And she was looking, so I think I gave her a little inspiration to do a little praying to the Creator on the race. Which in life you find yourself praying to the Creator at times, right? There was another interesting time when I got a second win and I felt like I can do it. I can do it. Why did the wind literally, I'm only 98 pounds, so why did the wind start blowing
Soaking wet.
Soaking wet, right? Why did it start blowing my body back?
What?
My body wasn't hurting. My legs wasn't hurting. I was in good spirits. I wasn't tired anymore. I had gotten my second wind. So it should have been easy for me to move forward. There was nothing blocking me. But the reality was that that's how life is. When unexpected things pop up, how are you going to respond?
Well, what do you call that wind that was pushing against you?
What would I call it? Like when like a distraction. It was a distraction. It was a reality, but not my reality. You know, it was a slight hinder, but I wasn't in pain, and it really was mind over matter. And once I realized that it was simply just wind, and that I wasn't in any harm, I just pushed through it. And before I knew it, the wind was gone.
Well, you know what an old medicine teacher told me? That anytime you're trying to do good work, there will be an opposing force trying to stop you. And you just need to ignore that, just like you did, right? Yeah. And just push on.
That's what I did, Mama Sister Teacher Richard. That is exactly what I did. And I found strength when I did that, you know. I was out there running. I was running for my life. I was purging. I was talking to God and just giving Him all of me and sharing with Him what He already knows. But freeing myself, my mind, my spirit, my soul, even my character. Because the pressures of the world begin to be on your shoulders and you take on characteristics, you know, of survival. So I just was running and taking all of that off of me, allowing myself to be free so that when I finished, that I would be lighter. Like even with my cursing, because I curse like a sailor. I will pray for you and curse your ASS out all at the same time, okay? I will. Tell God I did it and deal with the consequences. Forgive me, Father. I did it, right? Those of you that are Bible thumpers, in the King James Version, there's a brother named Peter that took somebody's ear off. Don't mess with Mama Sue. Because I'm the one to do it to you and admit it. But moving on. That's how, I found myself to just purge and tell God, take out the cursing. Take out the feelings of betrayal, that I've been feeling with family, and dealing with the transition of my son. Even with community, the kumbaya, and then you realize that it's really not kumbaya, and it's really about a 401k plan, or it's about a grant, what do you do when you're trying to do the work out in the community, reaching and teaching the people, and you're being stopped because of a piece of paper, or because of a worldview, or because of a financial aspects of it, like I said, like grants, So I think it's just important to keep your eye on the prize and do things that keep you centered. So me running this race, not only was it something to like X off the bucket list, but it happened on the 20th. It's been a few days later. I find myself thinking about the race, the marathon, and thinking about life and paralleling it. And it really has helped me. So I don't know if I released any grief or mourning, because I didn't sweat.
You did not sweat the entire 26 miles. Look, I walk around Lake Merritt like at least once a week, if not more, and I sweat walking 3.5 miles. She ran. Did you do a combination of running and walking?
I did do a little bit of speed walking when I couldn't run because they allowed us to. So yeah, I did some speed walking.
So she ran and walked 26 miles and did not sweat. I don't understand.
Well, I'll tell you a secret. Like when I was 2, my parents took me to Louisiana. And I was there for like a month, give or take, 31 days, 29. And this was for the summer break. I had one little sweat bead. Just one tiny little one.
So I've
always had issues with sweating.
Wow.
Always. I'm not a sweater. I thought that being in this, get up.
Yeah.
I got on a sweater, a shirt, a bustier. Actually, this is what are those things when those women would fall out? A corset.
Corset.
Honey, this is a corset. Okay. All right. Let me see real quick.
Oh my goodness, she's got a corset on.
You can't see my breasts, y'all, but eat your heart out. So this is EOB, Elders of the Block, and I'll just get a little closer so you all can see. Let's see, we have some of these wonderful women of the time. Flo Jo is one of them. I think it was not Amelia Earhart. She was with Flying Planes, I think. But no more bullying was the cause that I ran for. Also, this is my son, Torian, right there, running Oakland Fest, Elders of the Block, EOB. So that's, who I ran for, along with Decolonize Academy, Homefulness, Poor News Network, Poor Mag, PNN, not CNN. I was running for them because they are a home-led based, organization, family, community, village. I don't really know what to call them, us. A home-led solution of people. That's what I'll say, because that's what our sister Tiny Lisa Garcia says. And
yes, Tiny's been here a few times. Yeah.
So you familiar? Hopefulness.
We will link
Homefulness
in the description, and if you can, become a revolutionary donor today.
Yes. Speaking of revolutionary, Audrey Candy Corn coined the word Lovolutionary.
Oh, that's right, Miss Lovolutionary.
I take the R-E-V out and put the L-O-V-E in. That way it makes it fair across the board. Because a lot of times when we go out and we're protesting and we're marching, we're like, yeah, feed the people. No more hunger striking. No more school striking. And everything else, you know. A lot of times it's met with hate. Like, we're passionate, but we're aggressive and we're angry and we're upset, and we have that right. But sometimes meeting anger with anger is like not the way to go about it.
Yeah.
And so one way that I've learned to neutralize it is by going into a room and not necessarily identifying myself as a revolutionary, but if I must, because that's the type of, you know, setting we're in, we're all, hi, I'm Audrey Candy Corn, and I am an activist. I'm a revolutionary. I'm a love-volutionary. So when I put the love in, then, because you have whites, blacks, Latinas, natives, Asians, you know, of all kind, allies. And you can't tell me that on some level it doesn't get uncomfortable for both parties, right? Because even though you and I are both melanin, come on, let's put it up. I'm the black part. She the black part too.
She looks lighter than I do.
But she is darker than me. With your brown self. And I'm yellow. But I'm supposed to be the African American. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so those challenges, even though my mama is brown skinned with dreadlocks and my daddy was a full brown skinned man with beautiful hair. However, you know, a lot of people look at me and think I'm a half breed. And I'm okay with that at the end of the day, because we're all mixed with something.
Oh, did I tell you about my 23andMe results?
Come tell me.
Oh my goodness. I had so many different ethnicities I didn't even know I had. It's crazy. Later
I believe it.
I'll read it off to you.
Okay,
Yeah.
what?
Crazy. I thought I had like 7 different ethnicities.
23?
No, there were, I don't know. I'll have to look
Okay.
Yeah, I'll show you
I don't know. For some reason I heard 23. I'm thinking
No,
of Jordan.
I took the 23andMe.
Oh,
the
that's
test.
what it's called. Okay, wow.
Yeah.
I'm kind of scared of the. Did you you had to give your DNA like swab, or was it?
You just spit into a tube.
Yeah.
And then they send you back your results. It's crazy.
How you know they didn't mix you up with somebody else?
Well, you know, of course they could, but I knew a lot of mine, so none of it was a real surprise. Like all the stuff I knew was there.
Okay.
And then there was just more.
Okay.
I was like, what?
See,
I knew I was everybody's cousin.
That part.
I knew.
Cousin, give some.
I knew.
That's why we bonded from the very beginning. Oh man, well I just love you, Sue. Not for what you do, but for who you are, and I'm so appreciative for you allowing me to come on your platform, you know, and have the space to be free and to just be me and to speak and to share, because I think it's really important for each one to reach one, to teach one. And if somebody could just get a little bit of happiness of watching us, you know, interact, and if there's something that we've said that they can identify with and utilize as a tool, then I'm grateful, and we've done our part, just each one reaching one, you know. And I've been watching your platform, and it's growing, and I've been excited to finally be a part of it, because I remember when you were talking about going on this journey, and then again we split off. Right? No funny business, but that's just life, you know. Go swimming upstream, swimming downstream, Pisces, you know. And here we are.
Yeah.
Again. And because I called you, like, I'm getting ready to do a marathon, and I want to know if you're available to either do an interview or run with me or train with me, you know. And didn't get 2 of them, but ended up getting 1, you know? And that's like life. We think we know what we want, but the great creator has a whole nother something, you know? And if we're able to be flexible and go with the flow, then I think our life's tapestry would be interwoven even more so than what it is.
You're so inspiring. I love talking to you every time. And you know, we're both mamas of 3 boys.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That's my favorite part, because I know you know what I'm going through. The big feet, eating up everything, not growing, and then having a growth spurt when I don't got no money in my pocketbook. So now I gotta buy some jeans or borrow, right? Like how you how do we do, like, I have some for you, you have some for me. You got the beans, I got the rice.
Oh girl, one time me and my friend Lloyd, we were both super broke, both single moms, and we were in different states. And so we kept sending the same $150 back and forth so that we could eat.
Yeah. It's more than one way to skin a cat.
Right?
Even though I don't know where that came from. Where did that come from? Skin a cat. Every
That's
time
horrible.
I say that,
Horrible.
I'm going to stop saying that.
Oh my goodness, I'm calling the SPCA.
Don't you do that. Because they going to find a couple of furs in my closet and they're not fake. I don't wear no fake furs. Okay? So if you send them to me, I got to call Tanika Blue to hide my antiques. Because you go to the Goodwill, that's where you can go to get all of the, like, you go to the Goodwill and the pawn shop. The Goodwill has real furs and the pawn shop has real gold.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they keep it underneath the, in the back, so you got to ask. That's what the good stuff is. You got to say, go to the back of the Goodwill and give me the good stuff. And then you get the good stuff. I'm just all over the place. Back to this EOB run. So,
tell us, before we finish up, what would you say is was your number one takeaway from running that marathon? What did it give you?
Well, I have been on a cloud 9 ever since. They claim that when you run or you do something athletic that there's supposed to be some type of something that goes off in you, dopamines, euphoria, and some other fancy words that pretty much just have to do with high vibration. You feeling high, you feeling happy, you being in a good spirit. A lot of people that do drugs or drink alcohol, when you do that, it has the substance that you take has a false euphoria in it. And so when you take it, your body says, ooh, I like that. I don't have to produce that at all. So it stopped producing it. And when it stopped producing it, your body says, I want some more of that. And I didn't have to produce it. I didn't have to work as hard. I didn't have to work at all. So go get me more of that. And that's where you become addicted. That's where the addiction comes in. See, a lot of people don't know that. And so for myself, I don't drink alcohol. I've never done a drug in my life, not one. And for those who have went down that road, I do not judge you at all whatsoever. However, for myself, though, I don't know what that feels like. And so I didn't know when I got done with the race what it would do for me. It's true. When you run, it lets off those endorphins that I was talking about. It lets them off for a longer period of a time. So the race was on the 20th and today's the 23rd. So for 3 days, I've been on a natural high. I've been happy. I've been upbeat. I've been in good spirits. Some of the things that have triggered me in the past have not triggered me. I've had 2 reoccurring memories that normally would bring me to tears. I did not cry, not one time, over the same memory that came 2 times. So what I took away from it was the scientific aspect of it. Not necessarily a mental thing, because people think that it's more so a mental thing, but it's a involuntary thing that happens to you that creates a happiness that keeps you kind of floating. And so I don't know how long this is going to last, but I don't want it to stop. So I'm going to hold myself accountable right here on Hopeful Land. And I'm going to join you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
On the next run that you have. And I know I got 3 chances, so I ain't going to say which
I'm out
day.
there 3 times a week. Yep. Anybody's welcome to join me.
Don't
Just
tell them
come
what
on
days.
over.
I don't want y'all to stalk her. No. No stalking. No. You don't have access like that. What's wrong with you? I just love her. Don't tell them today.
If you just listen for my laugh, you'll be able to find me wherever I am.
Yes, because that will be traveling throughout the lake, and that's how I'll be able to find you.
Yeah.
Oh, Sue, that's what I took away. But I would like to share that this is the actual medal. I did not know that I would.
Dream.
I didn't know that I would get a medal.
Oh.
And this medal was actually made from the Oakland artists. So they take the artists from Oakland, and they get a chance to create the medals for the runners, and whoever wins. And what did I say? This was my what? My dream.
Yes.
It says dreams come true. Oakland Dream on there. And it was a 26 marathon. So that's the proof, if y'all could see it. So I'm happy I did it. I'm grateful. I found out there's an organization in San Francisco called Black Girls Run. And I met a lady named Amanda and a lady named Sandra. And while I was out there, I was thinking to them, I'm about to cry, because they were so inspiring. I met them on the 19th, one day before I had to run, because they were out there supporting the children. Because my nephew, Amon Ra Lewis, he ran for the children. And so he was out there, and I met those ladies, and they told me that there is a wonderful group of family of folks, of runners, for beginners, for women, for melanin women, for melanin beginners, So I know they ain't got nobody that done ran in the ballroom dressed with non-traditional sneakers. Okay? So Nike, y'all need to come on and sponsor me.
Did you remember the name of your channel?
I got a channel, right?
Yeah.
What did I say the name was?
I don't know. You
That's
were
why you
going to
asking
tell
me
me.
now.
Yeah.
And they can see us.
It's okay. Editing will magically put the name of your channel.
That part. Or you can give us some donations, and then we won't edit it, and then you'll be able to see how things organically roll around this place with my pal.
Aw, thank you so much.
I love you,
Thank you for being here.
So I'm a model.
Such a miracle.
And I'm a model. I'm an actress. I'm an activist. I got a KEXU 96.1 FM radio, LP low power on the dial with homefulness. So you can always tune in to Sister Save a Soul. Yeah, because that's what we're doing, the word.
Did you mention you're an author too?
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I'm an 8-time author.
Okay.
Oakland, Iraq is one of the newest books that Audrey Candy Corn, aka Government Audrey Cornish, written. Don't you call me Audrey unless you got a check for me, okay? Because bill collectors get hung up on. If you say Audrey Candy Corn really quickly, then I'll answer. Oh, Our Heroes Don't Make It Home. That's another book that I just recently did with a collective of women called Circle of Eight. Shout out to Tisha Caldwell,